Yeah.
Hi, Viren. So first of all, myself, Shubhangi Tiwari, would like to uh, extend my warm welcome to you for coming here and being a part of the chat show organized under the banner of Smart Step classes. So we've always had that insight wherein we wanted our students to know every aspect of the university application, because it has been generally observed that the students do not know completely about all the universities, all the program, all the process, and they end up renewing their complete application procedure. So that this chat show will exclusively talking about all the aspects of the university, and I'm sure that you're going to be the best person to give this a light over. So, could you just give our students a brief introduction of yours?
So thank you so much, Shubhangi, and thanks to the entire team of Smart Step classes. And I believe students, of course, have been getting diverted whenever I'm talking that whether it's diploma or a degree. Of course, it's a debatable topic for a few of the reasons. But I always believe the students who go for a degree, they are quite study centric, and they, of course, get up a landed job in the Canada as a study abroad destination if they are choosing. And talking upon Laurentian, giving you a little insight, now Laurentian University itself is a public university. It's a government funded. It's a university of 1960. And the best part about the university, it's a huge campus of 800 acres and with a lot of facilities, a lot of amenities, a lot of sports facilities. And the best part is all the professors here with us are all HOD. All the HOD, or you can say all the academic departments are PhD scholars. So
Okay.
why the reason here I'm telling you, whenever you study through them, they give you a brief ideation how the brain child can start brainstorming upon any of the idea they think. That is the big thing when a student goes to Canada after their 12th, and that is the majority of the time they study 4 years in the university, thinking upon some of the ideations from the background they came and how they can benefit their careers by learning from them. So of course,
So
when
I
when it is
believe,
a
I'm
university,
so
it
sorry
is
for the interruption, Viren. I think that is one, as you've mentioned, that this is a debatable topic, yes, the diploma or degree. But I think again, there's a debate comes into the students' discussion, and that is very often that we come across is that, public universities have always had the higher hand over the private universities.
that's
Right.
right.
Most of the time, the challenge comes in on the type of programs. So, what all faculties, what all programs, what all specialization does Laurentian have?
So Laurentian is famous for its research based. There are a lot of universities and colleges and institutions in Canada, more than like 1400 plus now. But the amazing part is Laurentian is still in research based, and in like 1400 plus institutions, the research based are very less. So approximately 25 or 26 maybe. So still, it becomes a research based institution with regards to, because it has a lot of faculty, it has a proper lab, it has all the faculties. Like we have the certain criteria which is followed by University of Ottawa. The topic which you now you have started the diploma and the degree one, how the private universities are,
Because we always
maybe.
come across such questions. The students are always having a debate that, they just have one idea going abroad, right? The second idea that comes in to have a strong debate and get themselves a state university or a public university. So
That's
that
that's
has
very
always been.
that's true. But I always say whenever it's a public university, there are a lot of benefits what a student takes back home, takes back to the job. Not only in
Okay.
terms of job, not only in terms of the facilities, it is how the curriculum is designed. That's a
Okay.
public university is all about. How the professors are, how the professors' background are, right? What are in-depth topics we are giving to the students. Now, taking an example. When we say it is a commerce background student, everyone thinks it is BBA. If
Exactly.
I'm not wrong, right? But student
Right.
doesn't know that there are different specializations they can take, not only from India, but once they land up completing their 1 year, they can take different things. Now, with just BBA, we have different 5 specializations what we give. It
Oh,
is HR,
wow.
it is entrepreneurship, finance, accounting, you name it, we have it. That's why
Oh,
it is a public
I think
university.
that is very unique about Laurentian, because most of the time when the student is completing the 12th, the commerce student would have just one idea, that is, I would like to go for the BBA, right? But at the back of the mind, the students are actually having that, space wherein they wanted to work or they want to study into a particular specialization, so that they can carve their career accordingly, right? And
That's
that
right.
is something which goes missing. And in terms of just fulfilling the desire of study abroad, they just pick any university offering just the business administration program. So I think
That's very
that
right.
is a very lucrative part, that a student should know, that what all faculties and what all specialization under the BBA we have.
That's very right. I believe it is not even the fault of the student. It is, a simple knowledge what student feels like, okay, the mentality of Indians is, okay, they are very much curiosity that yes, we are going to study abroad. And any of the university which gives them a scholarship, they get more crazy that, okay, are we really that having a caliber that we can get scholarships? Because the Indian parents criteria is, if you have 90% above, good to go. If you don't, then no DU, no IIT, no IIMs for you. So the criteria in Canada is totally different. If you have like 70% plus, you are sitting on the minds of the Canada bureaucrats. So again, the topic is very, very much good, which you started here. Now, in terms even for the physics, chemistry, bio, if I talk upon, a lot of students think that it's only nursing, but they don't have maths in the criteria because they were not yet decided in 11th and 12th whether it is nursing in Canada they will be taking up, right? So there are different things even for them. It is sports, outdoor leadership, adventure. It is kinesiology. It is orthophony. It is nursing. It is health promotion. So students have to be explained precisely. Okay, health promotion is this what you do as a job after 4 years of the degree.
Very true.
So again, it lacks in the students, not because students are not doing the research. Maybe the right amount of guidance is not being provided here.
Very true. So exactly, and I think again, as you mentioned, that this would not be counted as a fault of the student. It's just that the fault of somewhere. I would not call it a fault, but yes, I would call it the area of opportunity or the gaps which are not being bridged by the right information at the right time.
That's
And then the
that's
students are ending up not having a right space. They are somewhere compromising on their career lines, or end up screwing their entire career. So, Viren, in most of the Canadian university, there's a scope that you need to have the mathematics, right?
that's right.
So in India, however, the concepts are a little different. So in 11th or 12th, if you're a commerce student, it's not a mandate for you to take up the mathematics, right? And still you can pursue the commerce or the management education. But unlike in India, Canada has a requirement of mathematics. So till where the university will have some space for it, and if required the mathematics, what are the minimum requirement for the students? I'm talking about the undergrad students.
Perfect, perfect. So, of course, we are very much flexible with the requirements. The reason is because we are not really judging the students by their marks. We are taking them as an example because we take a resume, we take a CV from them. We, of course, take a SOP as well, just to understand their mentality of coming down to study the bachelor's degree. So, we have the flexibility on maths. Of course, we have commerce without maths. We are giving them BPA with different specializations. We
Okay.
do have an option where students can come down to take nursing, bachelor's in nursing, but without maths. We have made a different program. They can join in bachelor's of biomedical biology. And after the first year, if they get good marks, because it's a competitive one, everyone knows that. Without
True.
math, it's very tough to crack. We made a different program. The entire admissions team is really very awesome in it. For the students who is PCB, physics, chemistry, bio, without maths, student can come down in bachelor's of biomedical biology for the first year. And if scores some certain benchmark, they can be given a seat into bachelor's of nursing if the seats are still there. So we have made that certain criteria even for BBA. So you can do something of that sort, which is of your interest. There are a lot of students in India who want to really pursue pharma,
Correct.
but there are no options for it, right? We have a different degree for the students who want to study pharma.
Okay.
Every of the student who does non-medical in India is very much keen to understand, okay, what is artificial intelligence, how the AI works. Students are crazy about chat GPT nowadays. And that's how the chat GPT works. Okay, we put down anything, it comes down. The best part is we tell you how it works. We tell you how the augmented reality works, deep learning, machine learning, robotics, cyber security. Not only that, it's a big boom in automobile industry. Mechanical, every of the second month, new of the cars are flashing, be it Honda, Hyundai, Tesla, uh, Tata, Nexa, Maruti, name any company, MG. It's something related to internet. It is something related to automobile. It is something related to cyber security. It is also related to robotics. So
Okay.
means there is a demand of mechanical engineering.
Very
But
true.
students don't know that they can do mechanical engineering in very of the affordable fees with Laurentian.
Exactly.
So we have
Because,
more
you
than
know, again, you have
175
put
plus
a
programs.
very important point, because when it comes to discussing the program with the student, it has a different layout all the way. But the moment you shift that discussion from the student to the parent, the first thing that comes in and that knocks the Indian parent, and that is the pocket friendliness. So generally it is assumed that whenever the student plans to do the engineering program, especially, or I would say the any STEM program out of India, let's consider Canada, then minimum they are going to spend somewhere 80 lakh to 1 CR for the entire 4 years tuition fees.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And it is also observed that Canadian universities are not very open for offering the scholarships to the Indian students. And if yes, sometimes they offer it like that the student has to, join the university, and then only from the next semester or from the following semester, they will only be able to avail that facility. So, how the process of scholarship in Laurentian works?
So the criteria has been marked as per the percentage of the student who scores 70% above in 12th, having 70% as in total, right?
Okay.
Sometimes everyone says that we will be taking 1-to-1, so we are taking in total.
Okay.
We are giving scholarships up to $40,000, which is
Oh,
approximately
wow.
25 lakhs.
Exactly.
Again,
And
it
that's
is
a big breathe to the Indian pocket.
that's nothing, but we have something more that is 85%
Okay.
above. We have $60,000. So
Oh, wow.
everyone thinks that okay, it's Canada scholarships, cracking scholarships is stuff. We need to give SAT or something of that sort. Might be
Yes.
some interviews, calls comes. Nothing of that sort. For Indian students, for South Asia, it's very much easy now. Just code this much, come to us, we give you the scholarship.
Oh, so I think this is very sorted for the students to understand that the no additional eligibility test requirements are there, like SAT and all, which are mandate in the other countries. However, the student has to work academically overall for the 75 plus, or the more scholarship that he would be expecting, the more he has to work on the overall academic score of the candidate, right? Oh,
That's right. This is one
that's
of the
that's
like
fantastic.
most generous, most highest scholarships of entire Canada.
Exactly. $60,000. It's it's sometime come as a complete fee for
That's right.
most of the
It's
college
actually a
diploma
huge saving if
programs.
yeah, that's right. So since you and me both are Indian, so we know that how much pain it takes for a student to, study
Very
abroad,
true.
how much parents have to take a pain for putting down the loans, standing in the queues. So it is approximately a total saving of 24 to 38 lakhs in the entire degree, which is a huge amount.
Very true. So when we talk about the programs on UG, do they have the regular program? Is it on the hybrid mode, or it is on the complete full-time college going? The students are able to do the part-time jobs in the university campus, on-site campus. Because what I generally get query, or what I feel, that if the students are having the part-time on-site job within the campus itself, that saves a lot of time of the students, and also students will be more through with the complete entire process, academic as well as off academics. So do they have such options like that?
Shubhangi, here I take two topics from you. One is whether they have part-time jobs, and second, what's their curriculum upon. Like if it is
Yes.
like regular, they
The
have to go.
flexibility of the curriculum to fit the part-time into.
That's
I
right.
think
But
this is a
Shubhangi,
double.
there is a difference of thought here because of course part-time is there. The answer is yes. Second is it a regular classes? Yes, it is a regular classes. But here is a difference of thought because whenever I counsel a student, I always say just focus 4 years on your study. Leave
Very true.
part-time. Part-time will come. Because what you have to take back home, what you will be relaxed upon is after 4 year a job, a offer letter in your hand that will actually
Very true.
satisfy and give you a breather. Okay, I was meant for this. We focus on that.
Very true.
There are in-campus great job opportunities for the student. That also, I believe, Laurentian has biggest mining. Laurentian has mechanical, management, arts, commerce, medical. At least all the students, all the good students are getting carried away by decent MNCs. So I always say, do part-time, it's okay, but don't focus. Study on what you are brought here to, what actually you
Very
got
true.
selected for. Once you do that for 4 years, jobs are innumerous of jobs. In this recession as well, to be very honest, there are a lot of students who were, fired from a lot of companies. But mentioning the fact, the students who were having a skill, they are still in the companies.
Very true. Very true.
So it is always a skill. It is never, any sort of certificate or something. It is always a skill which adds on. So the 4 years, the crucial part of your life is actually to make a skill.
So I think what I can, filter out of this conversation so far, that when a student has the plan to study abroad, I have seen both kind of students wherein one student go and he's very satisfied. One side the student goes and he comes out dissatisfied, stating that I have studied, I have invested, but somewhere I wasn't able to get my dues. And I think there the challenge comes in with the institution he is choosing to, because let's suppose if you're going to an institution wherein the equal portion of the working as well as the education is being provided, somewhere definitely the student would lack into the skills. And right, however, if university, as you've mentioned, that this is a completely a research based university, so I believe that there has been a lot of focus which has been given to the students development, overall development.
That's right.
Right, which eventually makes them more compatible for the employment further once the course program is finished.
That's very
Right.
true.
So if I talk about precisely the courses exactly, so what all courses we have which we can offer to the science students?
So for physics, chemistry, and maths, if I talk upon that science, it is we have mechanical engineering, we have mining engineering, we have pharmaceutical sciences, we have biomedical biology, we have computer engineering, we have game design. So these are
Okay,
one of the top programs for the students who take
these are the
PCM.
STEM programs, I would say.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And for the students who do take at times who don't have maths, have taken PCB, we have different diversified programs for them. We have study of bones as kinesiology, we have orthophony, we have health promotion for them, we have of course nursing. We do have a program for them called Sports Outdoor Leadership Adventure. It's a crazy
Okay.
program with us because we
Yep.
teach students how to, how the snowboarding is done, how the squat biking is done, how it is maintained, what are the health precautions. It's a total diversified. It's a great program.
So that is more for the students, those who are sports lovers.
Maybe yes, maybe not. Of course, it is for the people who do love traveling, who do love to make some travel blogs as well. So it is a great course for them too.
Okay, so now here, I just have a small question, which again, generally I encounter this by the students. That let's suppose if I talk about the pharmaceutical programs, what are the options after the program when it comes on jobs? Some students are having the myth that you need to have certain certification or a certain licensing done, right? So, can you just give a light on that?
There are few other jobs. I did a recent case study, and the students who are doing pharmaceutical sciences, maybe chemical sciences, pharma biology, pharma biochemistry, or chemistry, they're given a very of the decent jobs. As for example, if I say one is drug inspector, one is
Oh,
drug
wow.
controller, quality analysis, quality control. Every of the manufacturing industry, this is of a good general knowledge to you as well as me. Every other factory hires a person from pharma to see if their criteria is going as per the industry protocols. For example,
Correct.
if there is a chimney, how much smoke is it producing? The smoke it is producing, is it affecting the people around? Is it affecting the workers working in the industry? So that is done by the people who are into chemical, bio, pharma sciences. Why? Because they have a precise knowledge. What smell, what taste, how it can be, precaution. So it has a diversified jobs in it.
So I think the ample opportunities of job are there, even if the students are choosing to go for the health sector or the pharmaceuticals. Great.
That's very right.
So
There's a proper case study which I can of course forward you if any of the student wants to understand more in detail, so you can forward them.
yeah, exactly. Because within I find a challenge with the student. At times, the student should be rightly informed. Has always been the prime concern of smart step classes. Now, in order to inform them correctly and to carve their career correctly, it is very important that we also have the thorough understanding and knowledge to the core about particular program, university inside, the job opportunities, and etc. So
Right.
here I think the undergrad students might have had great insight of all the programs and the possibilities of getting the scholarship. Now coming on to the post-grad program. So what all program do we have for the post-grad? What all benefits the student may have if they choose Laurentian as their study destination?
So we have this master's program with us. We have our best one is MBA, Masters of Business Administration. Students have been thinking that uh, is it that easy for a 3 years graduate to come down for a MBA in Canada? Students think that. Why? Because students.
Because that is a challenge. They require 16 years of education.
That's right. That's right. So we do take BBA and BCom. We take HCom with
Okay.
65% for MBA. So
Okay.
why we have MBA with GMAT? We take a score of 550. Now any student who is BBA BCom pass out, the crazy part is you can come without GMAT. We just need
Oh,
65%. Right.
which I think is not possible to get an MBA without GMAT.
That's right. With a high ranking university being
And that too in a
Laurentian,
public
one of
university. That's a cherry on the
excellent.
top.
That's right. So second bar, what we have kept is any student from like 4 years of bachelor's having 80%, they're also like GMAT is exempted. We don't need GMAT for them. Condition
Okay.
three,
So GMAT is waived off for the MBA
for
program.
no, not for all, but we have set
Some.
three criteria.
Okay.
So condition one is like BBA, BCom, HCom with 65, GMAT is exempted. Right.
Okay.
Condition two, bachelor's of 4 years with 80%, GMAT is exempted. Condition
Wow.
three, 6 years of work experience, a relevant work experience in admin operations with 65% minimum, GMAT is again exempted. So these are the
So
three
I
things we
think
have.
Viren, this the last point, which is wherein the work experience is for 6 years. I think that is the major catch for the student because whenever the students are planning to study in Canada, the first thing that knocks them up is the study gap.
That's true.
Right. And if you have study gap for more than 3 to 4 years, most of the time the students have that idea, okay, there's nothing left, so it is better that I go to the post-grad programs only because I do not have the profile to pursue the masters.
That's very right.
Right. So I think that is a very important aspect for the students that they should know that if you have 6 years of work experience into the relevant field, you are eligible to apply for the MBA and that to exempting your GMAT. Great.
That's very right. That's very right. True. So
So,
that's one of
rest.
our top programs. Yeah, that's one of the top programs. And the second one we have is Masters of Engineering. Now, why this is an amazing program is, say for example, we both are classmates and we did civil engineering.
I have a question. I
Yeah.
have a question. Considering I am a BTech graduate, right?
Okay.
I did my BTech, but as of now, I'm not working, right? Somewhere I do not have exact clue what to do, right? Why should I take the engineering program, the master's in engineering, how it will help my career and how it will help that idea wherein I don't want to continue into the very detailed AI, CS, IT programs. So how would I be helped if I choose this program?
That's a great question. So you came to the point where I was hitting the dart.
Oh,
So
okay.
so you have done BTech graduation and you really don't even know that is it of your interest or not. Maybe if you choose a wrong program and after 2 years you regret, oh shit, I took this. Sorry, zindagi barbaad ho gaya. So something of that
I
sort.
know.
It is like we have made it easy for the student who does any of engineering, instrumentation, civil, mechanical, mining, petroleum, computers, IT, web, Android, anything. XYZ, BTech graduate. they can take this course, Masters of Engineering.
Wow. Okay.
Now, what is
So
the
this is
catch?
basically eligible for all the engineers.
Exactly, all the engineers. Now, catch is after completing the first semester, student can talk to the HOD professor asking, "Sir, can I take a specialization or not?" If yes,
Okay.
they can talk to the HOD. They can choose mechanical. They can choose any mining. Mining is like 99% of the students choose mining. Why? Because Sudbury is famous for mining. It's the biggest
Okay.
mining of Canada is in Sudbury. Then world's biggest mineral exploration is again Sudbury. So it has a diversified opportunities, job opportunities for students. So students do take mining because it gives you a landed job. Mechanical, it gives you a landed job. Students also take mechanical and mining, mix of that, Masters of Engineering in mining mechanical or metallurgical sciences. So it gives you an add-on skill and not mandatory that you have to choose from here. You can go there, study, take it easy. After first semester, you can choose it. Not a problem.
Oh, so flexibility is one of the chuck I would absorb from here. That if a student like me, assuming that who's actually clueless what to do, but one thing is for sure that I would like to go and explore education outside India, because obviously if you talk about the engineering education in India, other than IIT bachelors, we really do not have anything which we can claim on the education world education level. So I would choose the masters in engineering program, so that would stick me to my profile, which is again the engineering. And then after completing one semester, I would have that opportunity to talk to my professors, discuss, and come to a conclusion that which would I would like to take as a major.
That's right.
Great.
Not only that, in fact, in the orientation, once like it's day one of the orientation day, you can still have a word on that spot with the admissions that okay, I'm going with it because the vibe is what it carries you away. That okay, I'll do this.
Exactly.
Sometimes that vibe is not in the institution we study. So sometimes the entire so for example, there's a Japanese friend sitting on the left side and there's a friend from Melbourne sitting on the right side. Maybe they open my mind and they're like, okay,
Very
let's do
true.
it. It's the company and the vibe which carries you away.
So choosing a major will always be flexible with Laurentian, with most of the universities do not have, I think.
That's very right. Of course, we missed one part too. IITs in IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay, what they have the best part why students love cracking the exam is they customize the degree. It's a subway. It is your own vegetables, your bread, and it is your own sausages. Same as
True.
with Laurentian. You can
Okay.
customize your degree. And all the students who do bachelors, you can customize your degree, choosing majors, minors.
Wow. So I think that is because masters still I would say 50% students are like that. But when you talk about, again, I'm taking you bit to the bachelors. When you talk about the bachelor, the students are very dreamy in the beginning, right? So they have different plan, but by the time you joins the university, you joins the institution, you start studying and getting along with the particular program that you've chosen for. The ideology, the thought process, the decisions, they are at time changed, right? Most of the time it
That's
is
very
observed that, right? So I think their Laurentian fits best to their requirement because they will have that flexibility to choose the major and minor, and they can customize the entire program so that they can do justice with the program and along with their profile as well.
that's very that's very
So do we have any scholarship for the post-grad programs as well?
postgrad programs, the fees, the Masters of Engineering, the fees is only $15,000. The amazing part
Wow,
is this: no one
that
knows that
itself
okay,
is
degree is so affordable.
very true, because generally, if you check on the master's degree somewhere, the fees would hike between 25 to 35,000 CAD per
That's
year,
very right.
right?
That's very
So if I talk about, if I consider 15,000 Canadian dollar, that would hardly come under 10 lakh rupees. So
that's
that
very
is very pocket friendly within itself. So do we, talking about the eligibility for the master's program, there's one very common question which generally students have, and that is the requirement of the West course. So most of the Canadian universities ask for the West course if they are applying for the master. Sooner or later, they would be asking it before joining the university.
that's right.
So how's Laurentian take on that?
So perfect. So for MBA, we don't require WES at the time of applications now, and we require before the enrollment. So we'll be giving you a deadline. You can submit the WES before that. Yeah, of course, before January, WES was required at the time of application because I know the pain in India is like it takes 1.5 to 2 months till the time student doesn't want to spend the money, saying, okay, I have to spend approximately 10 to 25,000 bucks without knowing whether I'll be offered or not. So
Exactly. Very true.
I always believe a student's money is to be appreciated always. And of course, once you get the trust that, okay, I as a university is offering an offer letter to the student, you can go for the best. Before enrollment, you submit. It's okay. Second, for Masters of Engineering, no vest required. For engineers, no vest before, no vest after. Once you reach, no vest is required. Third program which we had is which we have Masters of Computational Sciences, the one which is AI and all that deep learning, machine learning we teach. In this, no AI required. Only 65% overall we require with IELTS score of 6.5, not less than 16 each. And after that, we have one of the best courses, which is not available in entire like region. It is Masters
Okay.
of Chemical Sciences, only for the
Very true.
students of pharma, and the fees is mind-boggling. It is only $11,000.
Oh, only $11,000 would come like exactly a tuition fees in any of the Indian institution. And getting an abroad public university's degree with obviously the most researched curriculum and the experienced faculty, I think this is something which I would request all the pharmaceutical students to actually underline it again, that the uh, program that is MS in chemical science, right? Chemical engineering.
That's right. It's
That
not
has
chemical engineering. It's chemical sciences.
chemical sciences. So MS in chemical science has only the total fees value for 1 year is 11,000 CAD. Oh my God, that I think that is the least I've ever heard.
Yeah, you had a
That is
broader smile on this program.
obviously, because we being counselors, we always. I mean, the question that I've been asking, these are actually not the questions of a counselor. These are actually been considered the questions of the students, which we keep on getting, right?
That's
And
very
then
true because there's no program for the students who have done bachelor's in pharma, and after that they are very much stuck. Okay, where to go? Is there any course for us? Because they don't know the curriculum. Now this
and then
curriculum
they
is
have to
designed for
take
them.
a then they have to take an adjusted call to move for the programs like regulations,
That's
quality,
true.
and that to the certification program. Now obviously, I mean, that is how I assume you can throw a light on this if you have something to add, that if a student has completed let's suppose the bachelor's from India, or I would say the 12th from India, and he's going for the final education or the higher education to Canada. Now eventually the student would be needing a space wherein he'll be applying for a permanent residency,
That's true.
right? So I always suggest the students that if you will be applying to the universities, that definitely will have higher points when it comes on the calculation of the total best. So how much is that true?
So that's very true because any of the student doing like any of the degrees from Laurentian, like mostly for the postgraduate, get the fastest PR. That is under the Act RNIP, Rural Northern
Okay.
Immigration Pilot Program. So it is very of the simple program. You have to do a 2 years of degree. You have to work for 6 months. You file a PR. Don't wait for the work permit. That's very easy because you take home a PR
Okay.
with a job, which makes not only your life easier, but in fact a breather for your parents as well.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Because the I would say the fourth, fifth step for any student life in Canada is getting a permanent residency only. And at time, just because of choosing not a right institution as per their profile, or not choosing a right course as per their profile, it ends up jiggling, or it ends up tangling a lot of situations wherein the PR gets the time taking,
That's true.
or at
That's true.
time it is seen that student has to come back all over India because any XYZ reason the student could not get the PR. So I think
That's right.
choosing a university for the grad or for the postgrad program will always have an upper hand when it comes on getting your status converting from a student to a permanent resident.
That's right. Because the processes, the things how a university aligns cannot be aligned by any of the other institutions because it's a degree what you get, right? And there are different bodies. The federal government of Canada has made different bodies in Sudbury in Ontario to help the student to get the same, to take the benefit of RNIP.
Okay,
But
okay,
it is again the same thing. If a student is guided, it is good to go. If not, they have to roam here and there. They have to pay some fees just to get the work done.
very true, very true. So, talking about few tips, because we give the students, those who are very very sure that where to go, good CGPAs. But is there any element of extracurricular activity? If yes, in boosting the profile, what all extracurricular activities are appreciated on the university level?
So that is again something which is amazing because you name the activity we have, you name the sport we have. We have a good basketball court. We have an amazing swimming pools. We have good ice skating as well. There are like a lot of activities. Snow skiing is there. We have in-house rock climbing. So of course, I told a program called Adventure Leadership. So these guys take the students from different divisions to take on a trek or just to get them explore some sort of hill or something. Because see, Laurentian itself is an 800-acre university. It has a private beach inside and five nested lakes of its own. So there's a lot of opportunities in terms of extracurricular activities, a lot of finance clubs, a lot of AI clubs where a student can join and participate, and of course, take the actual leverage out of them.
So it's basically going to be a combination of theoretical as well as a practical hands-on experience for everything.
More of practical, of course, it's a university, and less of theoretical.
Less of theoretical. What one piece of advice you would like to give the Indian students specifically, those who are planning to move Canada for their studies purpose?
I always suggest one thing. If you want a job, you want to experience actual student of the year, in the dreams, what you have seen, that's how I will study. That's how I will have good classmates with me. You will have good diversified people who can brainstorm the ideas, good professors along with you, a good university where you can have a feel that you studied something and experiencing a good convocation, of course, at the end of the year. Then I always suggest go for a degree, because the degree what it gives you an experience diplomas can't give. Honestly, they
Exactly.
can't,
Very true.
because it
Very
is
true.
your life's crucial 4 years you are giving to a degree. I won't say it's a degree, it's a skill again, because degree again you can hang it on anywhere and it is finished, but the skill which goes inside you and you keep working day and night just to practice that, that's how you take a skill.
Very true.
Because we have a
Uh,
60,000 square feet area which is called Cliff Fielding School of Research and Innovation. So students who whatever take engineering, they go and practice it, they go and experiment something. So it is a 60,000 square feet area where they can go, they can test, they can just put their brains out and see, take the guidance of the professor and see that, okay, is this possible or not? Just do it.
Great. So, Viren, would you like to share any case study, any experience of the student, what you think you should mention here, with which the student can have a lot of enlightenment? Like any case study of the student who switched to the program, what is he currently doing, or a small case study of the student?
Sure, I'll talk about a Hyderabad student recently. His name is Jaideep, and of course, he's a brilliant guy. He did Masters of Computational Science with Laurentian, and his parents were more actually focused in getting a diploma in Ontario. I won't name the college, of course, but
Exactly.
it was just a suggestion of me as a friend or as a mentor or as an from the Laurentian University, that just experience once the degree of Masters of Computational Science. He's like, sir, I won't be able to do part time. Again, the question which you asked, I said it's okay. It's okay if the fees is 14 to $15,000 and you are thinking to spend like $20,000 in a diploma. Spend less in degree, like just 5,000 you save in it. You save your $10,000, but just experience. Once you go back home, just give me a call post the degree. And honestly, we didn't talk for a like the set of time he was doing the degree. His present package is $118,000, and he's
Wow.
he's he's one of the happiest guys who has been always
Obviously,
talking.
who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be after taking on like $18,000? Who wouldn't be happier? So yes, so I think student has to have this ideology. I think with this conversation, student will definitely be able to run through in their mind that it is important, guys, that if you have done a bachelor's, please go for a master's only, the complete MS program, and this has a lot more promises to make than if you choose or compromise, because most of the time the students do not choose diploma, they
That's
compromise
right.
with it, right? They
That's right.
compromise with it. Sometimes the students are not having idea, okay, I have done my 3 years of bachelor's, I would not be eligible to get any MS, so it is better I would go for the college diploma.
That's
Right.
right.
So, guys, I think with this session, you definitely would be having a lot of insight about the Laurentian University, the promises, the opportunities, the programs, the scholarship, the eligibility, the flexibility, choosing the major, minor. I think this has everything in the kitty which generally Indian students look for.
It's
Right. So,
actually a
thank you
very
so much.
low hanging fruit for all the students, all of my brothers
Exactly.
sisters who are in India. It's a very low hanging fruit for all of you because targeting a university, targeting a degree, you guys think that okay, it is tough to crack, but honestly, just give us a good percentage with a amazing mindset, with a clear, transparent mindset, saying that okay, we are focused to study. If you want to study, you want to have a skill, you want to have a degree, you want to have a job, you want to have a PR, experience a student life, feel the university, then Laurentian is one of the amazing universities where you can experience it.
Very true. Even I have got this insight. I though I knew about the university a lot, but I think I have also. I will be going home with this after this interview with a lot of inputs and a lot of insights from the university. So thank you so much, Viren, and I'm very sure that the student would have a lot of benefit, knowledge, updates about the Laurentian University, so that they can make a right decision, they can choose a right program, and they can excel there in their career. Thank you so much, Viren, for being with
That's
us.
very
Thank you.
true. Thank you so much, Ubangi. Thanks to the entire team, and thanks, students. We'll wait for
Thank
all of
you.
you for January 24 intake.
Definitely, we look forward. Thank you.
Thank you.